What if I told you that there is no such thing as the dark side of the moon? This is one of the biggest myths many people still believe today. It is a very simple concept to understand, however, so without further ado, let's jump right into it. The moon rotates on its own axis just like Earth does. However, the reason we always see the same side of the moon facing us is because throughout millions of years, Earth's gravitational pull has slowed down the moon's rotation to the point where now one rotation cycle around its own axis takes the moon as much time to complete as its full orbit around the Earth. This phenomenon is called tidal locking. The result is that the same face is always turned towards us. And here is where the confusion begins, because what you need to understand is that light comes from the sun, which is really far away, way further than the moon. So the fact that we are unable to see the far side of the moon has nothing to do with light getting there, because the truth is that every side of the moon gets the very same amount of sunlight, be it the near side, which is what we see, or the far side, which is the so-called dark side of the moon. An easy way to picture it is to realize that half of the moon is always receiving direct sunlight. So when you look up and only see a quarter of the moon, the other quarter part on the half you cannot see is also receiving just as much sunlight. You can even test this yourself using a lamp or a flashlight as the sun, any sphere object like a ball as the moon, and yourself as Earth. You will notice that by holding the object in front of you while the lamp is on your side, that half of the object will be directly illuminated, including the half we cannot see from Earth. But that, thankfully, you will be able to see in this experiment due to scale. A day on the moon lasts for 30 days on Earth. So each superficial spot has a 15 daytime and 15 nighttime day cycle, regardless of the side. Also, to add to the confusion, the release of the Pink Floyd album Dark Side of the Moon in 1973 played a strong role in the popularization of this myth, and is also responsible for making astrophysicists facepalm for over 50 years. But now you know that the dark side of the moon is nothing but a myth, and the correct way to mention the moon sides is by calling near side of the moon to the side facing Earth and far side of the moon to the side facing away. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't yet, and as always, I will see you in the next one.